Welcome to the Missouri Business Podcast. The show is chock full of insight on what it's like to start, stop, and drive a thriving business in our great state. Each episode, we'll dive into the mind of a Show Me State business owner so you can avoid their mistakes and glean their expertise for your gain. Now, here's your host, John Piazza Norton.
Hey everybody, John Piazza Norton coming back with another episode of the Missouri Business Podcast. I'm here with my guest, Brian Myers. Brian, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Brian is the proprietor of the Tiger's Den and the Lucky Tiger.
Yes.
Also that. But we're at the Tiger's Den today.
Today we are.
Yes. And what is the address of said establishment?
We're in the heart of downtown St. Joseph, Missouri, 519 Felix.
Very good. And so today we're kind of going to go over the who, what, when, where, why, kind of clearing COVID, getting over that, and everything's starting to open back up. So we'll talk about where the bookstore bar is headed in the near future and see where he's going to go from there.
Well, the thing about small business ownership in St. Joe's, there's so many unique people that own businesses in this community.
Right.
And it seems like, COVID aside, it seems like every year there are more and more unique individuals opening businesses in this community.
For sure.
It's downtown or south side, or there are. The misconception we have here in St. Joseph is that the belt is all corporate, but there are a lot of locally owned businesses on the belt, from Lanham Music to several different restaurants that are up and down the belt.
Yep.
And my heart is always downtown, obviously.
Understood.
But buying local is still buying local, whether you're on the Belt or the Avenue or South Side or in any of the neighborhoods.
Well, we just doing the Commerce Connection Quest this month, and we've got the market. So they've been around for a while, and they do a great job. St. Joseph Arts Academy is playing this month, so getting Jason going. He's very excited. Our theme this month is bugs.
Bugs.
For the windows, so they paint the windows of the bugs.
Okay, sure.
And put the sticker in there, and they come around, take pictures, and post it to their Facebook page. They did a actual Beatles, but with like the haircuts.
Okay.
Very, very clever. I was very excited about that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm a dad, so dad jokes get me all wired.
Sure.
So.
I never was a Beatles fan. I was always into the Who and the Stones.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever.
Right. Well, maybe we'll do Rocks next month, and they'll get their chance. So tell us a little bit about Brian, for those of the community that may not know. Hopefully there aren't that many, but tell us about you, why you decided to open this particular place, and where you want to go from here.
Well, I'm from the area, from Midtown. My parents moved, I don't know why. They moved to Standard County when I was growing up. I moved back here as soon as I could, and had my own financial services practice for about 8 years.
Right.
And then I met my wife now, Amy, but we opened a vintage clothing store, record store 8 years ago, May of 2012. And a couple of years later, we decided we're going to branch out and open up another business. And I'd always wanted to have a bookstore, and I know that in the age of Amazon and Kindle, that it is difficult to have just a brick and mortar bookstore unless you just really want to hustle and also sell stuff online.
Right.
But I've also always wanted to have a bar, so I figured, well, let's marry these two concepts.
Yes.
I looked elsewhere in other cities to see if it had been done. I found one in New York, found one in Long Beach, found one in Denver, and we were the first one in the Midwest to open up. And since we've been open, there's actually been 2 that have opened up in Kansas City that totally ripped off our concept, but there's nothing better than the original. So
it's also very complimentary.
It is absolutely. My wife and I both have a passion for classic cocktails. Our cocktail menu is we've got some unique creations on there of our own.
This is true.
But it is classic cocktail driven. So we want to be able to make an old fashioned correctly, a Manhattan correctly, be able to make a true martini. We've dabbled around with some other liqueurs like Campari and Absinthe, and made some drinks. You want to get a good Cork Survivor, number 1 or number 2. We're the place in town to get one of those.
Gotcha.
We make all of our syrups in-house. We fresh squeeze our own juices in-house.
Very nice.
We're not using, most of the juices we use aren't aren't bottled or off the gun. And we've also grown our craft beer selection. We're the biggest. We have the biggest craft beer selection of any bar north of the Missouri River.
Very nice.
In the state. So at any given time, we'll have between 120 and 150 different kinds of craft beer. It's something we're passionate about. It's something we're known for.
I've seen several Facebook posts from you where you're going to go here and try all these different things.
That's what we do for fun.
I appreciate you test driving everything. Make sure it's good.
Right, write a little bit of it off for R&D.
I like that. No, that's good.
But that's on our downtime. I mean, that's something she and I are both very passionate about doing. We go to cocktail lounges and try different people's creations. We go to different breweries. And we'll bring things back that you can't get locally.
Understood.
And we can't resell those, but we do have a beer club where we do some bottle sharing and things like that. But there's a whole world of beer out there that a lot of people just haven't tapped into yet. No pun intended.
Oh, well, a little bit of pun intended. but the exciting part for me about this particular place, if you're an avid reader, there isn't really a bookstore other than this for you to visit and get look at some older books and some, really vintage stuff.
We're certainly limited on where you can buy at least used books in town.
That's true. And then
Friends of the Library, Rolling Hills Library has a bookstore. And they've got a pretty well curated collection of books.
Can I drink in there?
You can drink anywhere if you don't get caught. Will they serve you? That's probably not.
So my favorite part about this place is my girlfriend loves to read, and at the end of the night, reading, and kids every 5 minutes will not stop, always coming in. Hey mom, she gets come here, have some booze, read the book, relax.
Some people do that.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah,
it really is.
Some people actually do come in and just whether they're alone or on a date, and just kind of sit and chill back.
Yeah.
Find a book. Every book in here is for sale, but at the same time, we're still a full functioning bar.
Exactly.
And that's we do a trivia night in here every week.
Okay.
We do have live music in here.
What day of the week is the trivia?
Pre-COVID, it was Monday. We're looking at probably moving that up in the week.
Okay.
To, I think Wednesday.
Okay.
So we'll be making an announcement about that soon.
Very good.
We'll do live music in here once or twice a month. We've had a lot of different bands playing here, but we're kind of partial to local, regional jazz because it just kind of fills the space a little better.
Sure.
And we'll do wine tastings or craft beer tastings, every couple of months too. So we try to keep it interesting and different with all the different events that we have.
Very cool. No, there's always something going on here. What's the Facebook page where they can always check that out?
It's the Tiger's Den St. Joe. Same on Instagram, the Tiger's Den St. Joe.
Very good. And if they need to call,
my business line is 816-617-2108.
Very good. Well, that's all the questions I have for today.
All right.
Do you have anything else you want to share? That was it. That's pretty good.
All right.
Again, this is Brian Myers with the Tiger's Den, and I'm John Norton with Missouri Business Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of the Missouri Business Podcast. Make sure to visit our website, MissouriBusinessPodcast.com, where you can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Spotify, or Stitcher so you get the ding when the next one is out. And if you have a question to pose on the show, just shoot us a comment on the website or like the John Piazza Norton Facebook fan page for direct access. Be sure to tune in next time when we squeeze the brain of another business leader for your benefit. Talk is cheap. I'm from Missouri. You have got to show me. See you next time.